Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. Hope you are enjoying your Labor Day weekend thus far. Just a little check-in on our Aerogarden. And so again, this is the International Basil Aerogarden, and we have been going for 13 days so far, so almost a solid 2 weeks. It is actually Saturday when I'm filming this, so it'll be a full 14 days Sunday. But let's take a peek at how everything is going. And if you can see so far, most things have a little progress going. So we'll start over here with the purple basil. As you can see, purple basil is out and about. Lime basil also showing up. And for the globe and the Genevieve, I can say that there's actually something happening down in there, but I actually had to take the top off and like look down in there. Nope, look. And you can see that there are some little sprouts. They just haven't popped up yet, but it is something actually going on down there. Lemon basil is back there. Now that's the one where I didn't see anything yet. Actually, I did see something, but again, this one has a longer growth time. It's 7 to 14 days. So tomorrow could actually be the first day that we'd be expected to see any kind of sprout just based on the time frame. So some of these have shorter sprout times, this one's 6 to 12, but then you see back there, lime was 3 to 10, and it was one of the ones that was popping up first. And then we move on over to Thai basil. As you can see, we have Marcial basil. It is something going on down in there. Again, I had to pick it up and look down in there, but there are some little green. There you go. You can see a little hint of light. You can see the little bit of angle down in there. Oops, we'll move that off. Let's see. You can see it's a little greenery. You see a little speck down in there. So it is coming along. But it's down there. This is the Napoleano basil, and as you can see, I kind of ripped up the label because it was growing. I don't know if the seed may have shifted a little bit, so it was starting to grow, but it was kind of starting to bump up against the paper. So I just ripped off that side so that it would have room to grow on up and out. But as you can see, it is growing, and there's a Genovese basil back there as well. Probably in the next day or two, I'll be taking the top off that one because it will hit the height. Again, with the little plastic glows, that's just to help get that greenhouse effect. And once the plant starts to bump up against the top of that dome, then you can go ahead and remove it and just let it grow freely, as you can see, like for purple basil, lime basil, and this Thai basil. So that's what we're doing, just waiting on them to hit that optimal point, and then we release it. And also, as it gets higher, of course, this top is also adjustable, so the light will get higher as well. So that's everything for the Aerogarden. As you can see, we are in full bloom here, so it's going right along. And I just want to bring your attention to my newest plant addition I picked up yesterday, actually from Lowe's. I just went in there to wander around, and this was on the 50% off, rescue clearance plants, last chance plants. And so this is actually another Aglonema, I hope I pronounced that correctly, aka a Chinese evergreen. And this is the green or a green variation, but if you look at it, you can still see it kind of has like the green and white, so the lighter combo two-tone. So I like that instead of it just being like completely green. So I picked this one up. It came in the pot that it's in. It's kind of like a hard plastic, similar to its sibling up here. That's the red variant of the plant, same plant, which is a self-watering pot, which I love. The white you see is where I sprinkled some diatomaceous earth around it, because it seems like the people who are watering the plant, because this is something that happens a lot at big box stores, they don't always understand how things work. So the top of that soil was super, super moist. And so while I did not see any gnats or any signs of gnats, I went ahead and put the diatomaceous earth on top, because what that does is it prevents and kills any gnat growth and any eggs or anything that may be in the soil, because we definitely don't want to generate those. And because there are a few flying around right now, and really need to get like a plug-in light to attract them so I can get rid of them. But when you use self-watering plants, it does a technique called bottom watering, which means that you put the water at the bottom and the plant absorbs it, through the roots from the bottom up. And what that does is it keeps the top of your soil from getting soaked from staying like moist and wet all the time, which is a breeding ground for the gnats. And so that's why I'm feeling like the people probably watered the top of this plant as well, but really this part actually comes out as a separate container here, this little plastic piece, and you can actually lift that up and you put the water down in the actual pot, and then you sit it back down, and it can draw up the water that way. So once it dries out, then I'll be watering it that way, which is how I water the one up top here. So it was originally $15, but because it was on the rescue clearance, it was 50% off. So I got it for $7.99, again from Lowe's. And this is just telling you it is a Wick and Grow. It's a Coastal Farms plant, which is where a lot of the plants from Lowe's and Walmart, that's the company that provides them. But it's just letting you know this is a Wick and Grow. That's the name of the plant, the Aglaonema. And it's just explaining like the Wick and Grow system. Lowe's has a lot of plants that fall in that system, so if you want that, it's an easy way to water your plants and also, again, prevent against those little pesky gnats. But this is a low-light plant, just like its counterpart there. And again, it just explains the Wick and Grow system, and you can see where it was $15.98 originally, but like I said, I paid $7.99. So that is my newest addition. I think my plan, because I just got it yesterday, so I haven't done much to it yet other than just sit it here, but I think my plan will be to move it on the other side where this little plant is. I just have to figure out a space for that little plant, and so that way you'll have both variants sitting on each side of that ZZ plant, which is also growing and living its best life up there as well. But again, this is the red variant of that same plant, just so you can see what it looks like. And it's in the same kind of pot, just a different design. I think this one's just kind of like solid gray or cream, or really is gray. The lighting makes it look a little lighter, but it's just gray. But it's the same. You can see this little hole. This is where you can see the water levels. And this one has the same as well. So just want to give you an update on how it's growing. And of course, on this side is my Raven ZZ. Again, I will be figuring out a home for it because this is not where it's going to stay forever. But it's still doing fine. As you can see, the newer growth here and here. But that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know again if you guys have an Aerogarden. What are you guys growing in your Aerogarden? Or even if you have an outdoor garden, what are some things that you are growing for the fall season? See you next time.